Hello everyone, my name is Nelson Anderson and this is my Salesforce project. It is a customer solution and engagement design dashboard made to kind of stimulate a tech sales company and its interactions with customers leading up to their engagements, the stages at which they're at with the project with the customer, and the feedback from the customer. And so here is my app. Alright, so here we go. We have our customers, engagements, feedback, dashboards, and reports. So the workflow for this project would normally, like a typical day in the company would be like, we have a company like Capsule Corporation, and this is an engagement with a company where we have a potential project with them, maybe something like cloud optimization, a data center upgrade, or anything like that. And so we would create this project with them and we'd start in the discovery page, kind of just hearing out their problems, see what they're talking about, what's going on. And then we'd go to our proposal stage where we talk about how much this would cost, how we could solve their problem, and just like typical, like what they would do with the project. And then we go to our implementation stage. And this is when we start to create our surveys and we get an implementation and we see how we added the project into their workflow and then what problems they may have or anything like that. And so whenever we add a project into implementation, it creates a feedback. And so as you can see, we do have six projects in implementation, but only four feedbacks. And that's because when we create the feedbacks, only the ones that have actually been scored are added into the feedback so that it lets you know who hasn't filled out their survey yet. And they give something like a survey score like this, and they give a little comment about how they felt about the project and how they felt about us as a company. And so here is this flow that I created. It's a record trigger flow that kind of just creates the record, and it basically says whenever the stage goes into implementation, it would create a feedback, and basically the feedback is where they can write like a comment and what I just showed you pretty much. And so I'll now show you guys what this normally looks like. I'll just take one from a normal company here like Capsule Corporation. And so we would create like a new project with them, maybe like we'll just keep it simple, like build a data center for them. And we do that with Capsule Corporation, and we'll just say it's an implementation, or let's skip in some steps here. And let's say it's storage, and we'll just leave these blank for now. And so now that the data center is in implementation, as you can see, you don't see it in feedback right now, and that's because we haven't filled out the survey where we would find that in the related stage, and it should be right here. Oh, I forgot. Actually, since it started in implementation, it doesn't create a feedback because it has to be switched into implementation. So we switch it back to proposal and then switch it back to implementation, and now it has a feedback. And then as you can see before, you wouldn't have seen it in feedback, but you have to create a survey score. Will give us a 5, because we do exceptional work. And this was a great, oh, something like that. Keep it simple. And then now, when you look in the feedback, you can see we have built a data center. And that's pretty much the whole data flow. Like, that's normally how a normal tech sales company would end up going through their workflow. And I just thank you guys for your time, and that's about it.